So, welcome back to the Cultured Corner. I'm here today with Joe. So, if you just introduce yourself and tell us a bit about yourself.
Hey, so yeah, I'm Joe. I'm currently a graphic designer and UX UI designer. Um, I currently work for an ed tech company, which I've been doing for like the last 10 months. I was freelancing for a while, but yeah, so now I'm working for a company. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool. So, obviously, as you know, Culture Days is all about confidence and self love and all that stuff. So, the first question is, what does self love look like or mean to you, and how do you exercise that?
Yeah, sure. So, self-love to me is, I feel like our body and our mind goes through a lot of changes daily. So I feel like it's loving yourself regardless of the changes it goes through, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. Some days we're not feeling great, and it's just knowing that you can still go out and still feel like yourself each time, no matter how much you change. With me, how I exercise self-love is I use affirmations a lot. That's really helpful for me. Just letting myself know like who I am, the positive things about me. I never reminding myself about the negatives. So yeah.
That makes sense. And I'm glad that you said like about changes because obviously I lost a lot of weight and then I put on weight again. When I put on weight again, it was like a bit hard to love myself. But then I said, why? Like my body's gonna change, especially as a woman. Like I know later on I'm gonna go have kids and stuff. I'm going to put on weight. So
Yeah.
just trying to love myself no matter what is happening, even if okay, I'm reading a book right now. It's called The Power of Now. And can you hear me? Because I know that it's kind of noisy.
No, I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear
cool.
you.
And it was talking about how, like, even in moments where we're being lazy, like just allowing ourselves to be lazy rather than that guilt telling you, oh, they're not working hard enough, and you actually do deserve a break. So
Yeah.
yeah, loving yourself when you're not doing your best. But okay, the next question is about confidence. So, how's confidence affected you and like your life in different aspects? So, it might be in terms of friendship, in terms of work, in terms of having your own business and that process.
Yeah, like I feel like I have like different levels of confidence in different areas. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even for like work now, my confidence, sometimes my confidence isn't high. Like being in like the graphic design world, there's so many graphic designers, and it's like because we're creatives, we kind of compare our work to other people's work a lot. Like for example, I haven't freelanced in a while, so I haven't posted on my freelance page since like July 2021. So I'm constantly thinking, am I like at the bottom barrel now? I'm always doubting my skills and things like that. One thing that I found was really good was someone was like, if you feel like that, basically, look back on your last week or month and basically write down all the times that you got negative feedback from someone. And a lot of the time, you'll find that it's actually a lot less. Sometimes it's even zero, like a lot less than you thought. And it makes you realize that if you're running your own race, it's not a race with like a million other people in your field. You're running your own race, and everyone gets to the finish line each time. And growing up, I was a really shy guy. Like I'm quite introverted. I feel like uni made me more extroverted, but I feel like I went back into my shell a bit more. But I don't see it as like going into like a shell anymore. It's just me living my life. Like I'm just a quiet person. Do you know what I'm saying? But like I never allowed that to stop me from like going places and things like that. So yeah, like even like when I grow up with my secondary school friends, all of them are athletes. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not an athlete. I'm just a stay at home, do work type of guy in it. So I always used to think, wow, like what if I always felt separated from the rest. But the more you grow up, the more you mature, the more you just look in the mirror and realize everyone has their own talents, everyone has their own bodies, and it's just like you have to love yourself regardless. Because if you don't love yourself now and you don't have the confidence now, you're not going to gain that confidence later on. It's like you're just gonna find another problem with yourself. So yeah, that's how it is with me and confidence.
I like what you said about looking back at like the negative feedback that you received because often when I actually do go to do that, I realize that all the negative things I'm saying about myself are just from me like not whatever I think that person is thinking. I don't know if that's what they're thinking for sure. I've just told myself that.
Yeah.
And if I ask them, that's probably not what they're saying at all. Um,
Exactly. I feel a lot of people like literally we care so much about what others think, yeah. But it's like a lot of them really don't care. I like to think of it as me. I can't lie. I don't care about who walks past me. I don't care about who's in the party. I don't care about what they look like. So why do I feel so strongly about what other people think? Maybe they're just like me. They don't actually care.
that's so true. And the last question is about self-belief and how you maintain that self-belief and use it to try new things.
Yeah, so I feel like in terms of self-belief, I feel like we all one thing I do, let me not group it with everyone. One thing I do, I tend to group everything in my years. So I can look at last year and be like, okay, I didn't really do much. I don't believe in myself to go harder than I did the last year. But like we need to look back on our whole life. One, I saw a quote yesterday, and it was like you're currently living the life that you prayed for a little while ago. And we tend to forget that we're actually in the position of where we actually wanted to be before. Like I'm in a job right now, and I was praying for that last year, but I may be thinking, oh, I could be doing more here, or I could be getting more freelance projects. But it's like this is the position I wanted, and I'm happy in that position. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our urge to always want more decreases our self belief. Obviously, it's okay to want more, but our urge to want more always decreases our self belief because we feel like we're not at the end goal. But it's like I don't feel like there's an end of the race. Do you get what I'm saying? Your journey just keeps going, and it's more the journey than the end goal. So with
Yeah,
me, when it comes to self-belief, I just always remember that I'm in a position that I want, and if I want more, then I will get it because a year ago I was there wanting this position and I'd done it. And we keep doing it. We have to always congratulate ourselves on the small wins. We always forget to
it's
do that, and that's really important.
two things. One, that's why I like journaling because I will forget that this is exactly what I asked for. So when it comes, I'll be like, oh, I'm moaning about the next thing.
Yeah,
And then two, back to that book I was talking about, The Power of Now. So it talks about how we always, and I always do this, I always focus on like step 90 to 100 just to get there. But I'm at step one, so I need to focus on where I am right now to move forward. And
exactly.
then it's easier to believe in
Yeah,
yourself now when you look at the resources that you have rather than looking at, oh, when this happens, then I'll do this and then I'll be happy rather than just being happy where we are. But yeah, that was the last like
exactly.
main question. So
Yeah.
the last thing is, what's the best or worst advice that you've ever received, or best and worst advice?
Ooh, that's a very good one. Um, the best advice I've ever received. Ooh, that's actually a really good question.
You can take your time and think about it, literally.
Okay, cool. Let me think. Um, I think the best advice I received was if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So literally just go through the hard parts. The reason I feel like that's the best advice I've been given is because when it comes to things like going gym or working on like a really tough project or uni and things like that, we tend to look at everyone like, oh my God, how's everyone else doing it? Do you get what I'm saying? They're struggling too, you know. Like even when I see like
No, literally.
when I see them one people in the gym, yeah, I'm like, they love this, but that was not easy for them. And
No,
it's
literally.
it's better to go gym when you're tired. I actually like going. I've started going gym when I'm tired now, yeah, because it's not easy and it feels like more of a challenge, which I really like. But yeah, like everything in life doesn't come easy, and there's a reason why there's people that aren't doing it because it's not easy. Like so, when the more we realize that the good things take a lot more challenges, then the quicker we'll understand that we just have to go through the hard times to get that goal, and nothing's gonna come easy. So that's probably the best. And the worst advice I'd received is probably I wouldn't say it's a specific one, but I don't tend to like when people say to give yourself so much grace. Like, for example, if it comes to gym, yeah, I can be like, oh, I'm tired after like day two. And people will be like, bro, you done 2 days, you're good. Like, don't go. And it's like,
you know, when they do that, I'm just thinking, why are you trying to hold me back? Push me to
literally,
go.
like, push me to go. Like, obviously with some people, it's like, cool, whatever, yeah. But with me, I'm like, why was your first thing to like allow me to give up? Do you get what I'm saying? Why couldn't you have
Yeah,
pushed me first? Do you know what I'm saying? That's probably my worst.
it's true. That makes sense. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Let them know if they can find you anywhere. Obviously, you don't do freelance graphic design anymore, but obviously your work is still there for them to see.
Yeah, of course. So you can find my freelance stuff on JP Creative UK. That's on Instagram and Twitter, but you'll find the work much easier on Instagram. And my personal is just Unfamiliar Joe on Instagram.
I'm just gonna slip in there that you've done the culture based logo. I'm never changing it, by the way. That
Come
literally
on.
has some value to me. Literally. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with anyone who you feel like needs to hear it. And we'll be back with another one.